Hello, I'm back. It's been since January since I made a video, and I'd like to first of all apologize to everyone who has followed me and put their trust in me for making videos, and I've let you down. But you know, life has a way of being a bitch, and I haven't had a chance to make a video. So it's the last days of August, and I guess I'll just try to catch you guys up on what's been going on. First, the maintenance. Smoking my Bent Havarti, Bent Sitter, and in it is Russolet's Perique Blend GP11. I've turned into a Virginia Perique guy. I've ordered the other two that were on sale because this is really good. This is on pipesandscigars.com. If you guys have a chance to pick this up or any of Russolet's Perique blends, please do. This is amazing. So I'm just sitting out here, chilling out. It's a Sunday evening. I've had a very full weekend. Nobody heard that. So, so what's been happening since January? Let's see. I put my house on the market for sale and attempted to move to Hanover, Pennsylvania. So we actually put a contract on a house in Pennsylvania, in Hanover, and actually had a contract on our house. But as fate would have it, the people who put a contract on our house got really cold feet because I have Tesla solar panels on my house. And about 2 weeks before closing, they decided they didn't want the panels on my house. So our real estate agent was saying they're going to back out and they're going to be in breach of contract, but we still had to move out of our house and empty the house, even though we knew that the buyers were not going to buy the house, because there was a chance they could come at the last minute on the day of closing and say, oh, we changed our mind and we're going to buy your house anyway. So we had to empty our house completely when we knew we weren't moving. And as expected, they were in breach of contract and they didn't come to closing. So we unpacked everything, and the house that we had a contract on in Hanover, PA fell through. Luckily, we had a contingency where we wouldn't be penalized if we pulled out because of what happened with our house. And the people who bought our house lost a $2,000 deposit, which we're going to be getting very soon. So thank you for that, idiots who bought my house and then backed out. Let's see, that was I guess we started the process in April of moving. And so we're fully unpacked now, and we decided we're going to stay. So yeah. The reason why I decided to move was because I made a video before for you guys about people that were going up and down my private drive. Well, one day in March, it was very early spring, I looked out my front window and I saw two people crouching in front of, or actually in back of, this small garage that my elderly neighbor owned. She's an elderly woman. She's pretty much disabled. She lives by herself. And I saw two young people crouching behind her garage, exchanging stuff through backpacks. So I went outside and I said, "What the hell are you guys doing?" They ran. And I said, "Oh no, So I got in my Jeep and I followed them to the head of the West Virginia Trail, which is right by my house. And I confronted them. I said, "What are you doing? This woman is elderly and disabled, and what are you guys doing?" Well, the next thing I knew, I had a knife put in my face by the male. It was a male and female. Apparently they were brother and sister. He came at me and he had a knife put in my face. So What I should have done was disarmed him somehow and beaten the shit out of him. But instead, I just kind of sat there and said, what do I do now? So I said, I pulled out my phone and I said, well, I'm going to videotape this guy pulling a knife out in front of my face.
Well, you're not stupid. You know what would have happened if you had.
I had a knife right here.
If you had retaliated, unfortunately, because of the state you live in, you would have been held responsible, which is ridiculous.
So I guess he got tired of me not reacting the way he wanted me to react, and then he walked away. So I came back, and Holly said, what happened? And I said, you put a knife in my face. And she said, what? I said, we should probably call the police. She said, yeah, we're going to call the police. So we called the police, 911. We got back into the Jeep, and we followed them up Main Street.
Punks.
And eventually we had, what, 4 cop cars? 4 cop cars came and surrounded him.
4, maybe 6. At least 4.
And arrested him. And trial date came, and I was going to testify against him. And he never showed. He was in juvie, what, an hour away? He was, and he wasn't.
Because of all of his priors.
Yeah, apparently he had a lot of priors. So he was in a juvie that was about an hour and a half away. I guess it was
Baltimore?
North Baltimore, yeah. And he wasn't going to make it. So the lawyer finally came and said, this guy is going to come so you can go home. And I didn't have to testify against him. So yeah, there was that. Let's see what else has happened. Hey, I've lost 30 pounds. You can't see it, but last time I was talking to you guys, I was on Weight Watchers, and I started beginning of the year, and I was on, the last video I made, I was only on a month. I lost 30 pounds. Yeah, I kept it off, and I took a break in the beginning of June, and so I'm down to 214. I think I'm going to start it back up probably in the beginning of fall, and hopefully lose maybe another 20 or 30 pounds. But yeah, I lost some weight, man. What else has happened since January, Holly? My kids moved out. That's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, my kids moved out. They are on their own and living in an apartment up in Hanover. I wasn't prepared for them to leave, especially the way they left. It was kind of sudden and out of the blue. But we are currently dealing and getting used to being an empty nesters now. So there was that. Anything? What else happened, Holly, between now and January?
They took the cats with them.
Well, yeah, I don't think the people ever saw the cats, so.
Okay.
I'd like to try to start making videos again. I kind of went through this crisis of content where I wasn't sure if I was happy with the stuff I was talking about. I don't know. But yeah, we had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. Holly worked all weekend, so I worked on a website that I'm working on for Pipes and Tobacco. I'm going to be unveiling that pretty soon. It's basically going to be a database of pipes and pipe tobacco and cigarettes and cigars, because we don't have one of those. We don't have a database. I realized that we don't have something that we can put together. Like, for instance, this tobacco. There might be a place to talk about it. There might be reviews about it. There might be ratings about it. There might be opinions about it. So there's going to be a website that's really dedicated to that. I'm not going to reveal the domain name yet, what it's called, because I'm still working on it and it's a work in progress. I don't want anybody coming to visit yet when it's such a work in progress. But I missed you guys, and hopefully I can make some more videos and get back into this. Yeah. I have to show you something. Oh my, how beautiful. Say hello, Holly.
Hello, Holly.
No, no, no. So yeah, she's just so pretty tonight. I had to show her off a little bit.
Sweet.
So yeah. Not much else to say. We went and we got oysters tonight at a local place called the Rock Salt Grill. That was called the Rock Salt Grill. Mm-hmm. And they have a lot of Maryland oysters. What do you think they have? Like 8 different kinds, all local.
It was so good.
Yeah. So we caught a few dozen oysters and drank 90-minute IPAs from Flying Dog and had a really good time. It was an outdoor bar. There was a lot of umbrellas close together, tables with umbrellas, so it was in the shade and it was an outdoor bar. So we had a good time tonight. This summer has been the summer for Holly and I of the local breweries. We've been going to a lot of local breweries. Breweries have been our thing. There's a brewery opened up in Tawnytown called Brewery Fire that just opened up. We really like.
They're awesome.
There's 2 breweries in Gettysburg that we really like. One's the Appalachian Brewing Company that is literally right outside the battlefield. I love going to that because of the vibe. Every time you go to Gettysburg, it's just the vibe from that battlefield is just insane. And being able to sit in a beer garden right outside that battlefield it's awe-inspiring because there's a whole vibe coming from there that you just kind of sit there and you just drink it in, and you see all the people walking by who are there to visit the battlefield. I was there I met my middle daughter Shelby, her 22nd birthday. We met them there at the Appalachian Brewing Company 2 weeks ago.
About 2 weeks, yeah.
And there was a ghost tour. I was walking by, and apparently right outside the beer garden is one of these plaques where people can stop and read the history, like describe something that happened there. And I noticed that I was sitting at one of the tables in the beer garden. I just looked over and I saw that it was a ghost tour that had come over, and he was talking about the ghosts that are over in the area. So I'm sitting there smoking my pipe, and I walked over to him. I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. And I'm listening to him. And then they back away and they're talking right about the street side. And they're like talking and talking. And one of them looks over at me. She says, oh, it's you. We smelled pipe. We thought it was a ghost. I'm like, sorry. Oops. So yeah, I like going to the Appalachian Brewing Company. There's another place called Fourscore Brewery in Gettysburg. They're very good beer, very good food. A little on the pricey side, but it's very good. Yeah, we've just been hitting the breweries around Gettysburg, Westminster, Maryland area. I am so sorry. Here. So I've just been working and going to breweries and smoking pipes, and yeah, I guess this wasn't that hard to make a video. It's just kind of one of those things where you just gotta dive off the edge and do it, you know. So hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Talk to you guys later.